Hi there. So today we're going to talk about comparatives and superlatives. Now, comparatives is where you just compare one thing to another. And the superlative is like the biggest, the tallest, etc. So first of all, let's talk about the adjective. The adjective is the describing word. So something like tall, small, fat, thin. If we want to do the comparative, it's where we compare one thing with the other. So we would say something like Juan is taller than Jose. And in Spanish, that would actually be quite simple. You would just say Juan is more tall than Jose. More than is más que. So we would say Juan es más alto que Jose. Juan es más alto que Jose. Juan is more tall than Jose. Now, of course, this exists in both the male, female, singular, and plural, same as everything else. So if we want to say Maria is taller than Teresa, we would say Maria es más alta que Teresa, and use the female form. So Maria es más alta que Teresa. So more than is más something que. If we want to say less than, we say menos que, and it becomes menos something que. So if we want to say Jose is not as tall as Juan, we would say Jose es menos alto que Jose. Less tall than Jose. And in the female form, Teresa es menos alta que Maria. So más que, more than, menos que, less than. And if we want to say they're both the same, we would say, for instance, Juan es tan alto como Jose. And we use tan something como Jose. So let's try again. Juan es tan alto como Jose. And in the female form, Maria es tan alta como Teresa. Maria es tan alta como Teresa. So we have the three forms. Más que, more than. Menos que, less than. And tan something como, the same as. So that's where we compare one thing with the other. Now, in order to get the superlative is where we say the tallest, the smallest, etc. So let's look at how we do this. First of all, let's go back to the adjective. So tall in Spanish is alto for the male, alta for the female, altos if it's male plural, and altas if it's female plural. Now, if we want to use the comparative and say taller, remember we use the más. So we would say más alto, más alta, más altos, más altas. Now the superlative is where we say the tallest. So what we would actually say is the most tall. So we would say el más alto, la más alta, los más altos, las más altas. Do you see what we did there using the male and female? Let's try again with the word for small if we're using height. So the word for short, if we're using height, is bajo, B-A-J-O. So we have bajo in the male form, baja in the female, bajos in the male plural, and bajas in the female plural. Now to say shorter or smaller, we would say más bajo, más baja, más bajos, más bajas. And to get to the superlative, which is the most short, we would have el más bajo, la más baja, los más bajos, las más bajas. Do you see what we do there? Let's try together. So let's try with guapo. Guapo. So G-U-A-P-O. It's very much pronounced a bit like a W kind of sound. Guapo. So we have guapo, guapa, guapos, guapas. If we want to say more handsome, more beautiful, we would say más. So, más guapo, más guapa, más guapos, más guapas. And if we want to say the most handsome, we would say el más guapo, la más guapa, los más guapos, las más guapas. Do you see that? So we're doing el, la, los or las, more, whatever the adjective is. So actually, the comparatives and the superlatives are fairly easy. I'll put a list on here, then you on the site, you can have a little look. If you want to head over to the website, you can try some of the little exercises there and check your knowledge. Good luck.